I want to share a story about one of my long time mentees, somebody that I'm very proud of. He is in a vice presidential role, and he's got a ton of experience. He has a ton of sales experience. Super valuable guy, and I talked to him tonight, and he's worried about his position. Things are tumultuous for everybody right now in this economy, and there's layoffs that are happening in different places, but this is a good solid leader and a good solid producer. He has a boss that is fear-based boss and quick on the trigger to fire people, and it's a rule by fear type of a mentality that I've seen a lot. There's a crazy, progressive discipline type scenario that happens. And I always felt when I was in the CEO role and I was dealing with all of my people, I was very direct, harsh. I was, I hurt people's feelings a lot of times, but I always told everybody the same thing. I said, look, I want you to work as hard as you possibly can for your family and for what you're doing. And my priorities are this: God, family, and work. And so, I don't want to be first. I don't want to be second, but I have to be third. And you have to put me third because, if we're not making money, that affects number two. And you need to bring in money for number two. And I don't want any of my people to go home and think about their job. I don't want anybody to go home and worry about their job. So if you ever wonder how you're doing, I want you to let me know. Walk in my office and say, hey, Coach, how am I doing? And I will tell you exactly. You suck. You're not doing a good job. Here's why. And you need to improve your performance, or you're going to get written up and then you're going to get fired. But you're absolutely going to know where you're at. And so if you know where you're at, it's tough and we're playing tough. We're playing hurt. We're playing from behind. That's all right. Everybody's giving 110% and we're going to win eventually. But if everybody's scared of getting fired or getting cut or doing whatever, we can't live a full life, and a job is a job, and if you're playing in the NFL, I get that, you don't want to get cut, but, tell me what I need to do not to get cut. Tell me what I do not to get fired. Let me know where I stand. And a lot of bosses out there are weak and they don't want to let people know where they stand because they're afraid that they're going to lose, this C performer till they can replace him. So they string them along and play all these games with people's lives. And, that ends up really costing you good employees and good potential employees. So I'd rather run the place by myself than lie to my staff, because you end up getting a lot more loyal staff and you get rid of the people that just are not going to be able to perform, whether they don't have it emotionally or they just can't do it, because you keep knocking somebody back in their role. And if they're good, hey, we're going to make you a greeter. You're going to be the best greeter at the front desk of the place we ever had. And if you keep moving up, great, but at least you know where you're at and that you have a role and you'll stick. So they're not constantly, I got a vice president type who is a sales monster that's kind of poking opportunities. Hey, Big Papa, do you know anybody that's looking for a guy like me? Holy crap. Why would you want to have your star sales guy looking for somewhere else to go because you're crabby? You can't tell the kid, hey, how you doing? I'll tell you, you're doing great. I know what you're asking. I'm going to tell you the thing. You're great. Let's make more money so that I can pay you more money. Let's do this. And so anyway, it's a two-fork scenario. If you're a manager, owner, exec, your CE role, you're some kind of a thing where you're working with talented people that are producing sales, give them a break and let them know where they're coming from. And if you're an individual, I want to tell you something else. Bosses like me are rare, because there's a lot of sneaks and there's a lot of snakes. And I've built companies and then they get rid of me when I'm too expensive. They put me on a program. I'm making more money than the owner of the company. I get moved on because, they replace me by somebody else thinking they can run it after I built it up, and then they figure out they can't. And, I'm long gone starting my own thing or going somewhere else, and they can't maintain what I'm doing, but I'm gone. So you need to take care of yourself. Get that 401k going, pay off all those bills, be bulletproof so that when your boss does say, oh, I know you did half the sales last year, but we're going to let you go with no notice because, we didn't do our job right. You're ready. Get a side gig going, get a side business going, save your money, invest your money, get income producing rental properties, side gig businesses. And if you need help and coaching for this type of stuff, I do free seminars, free classes, free one-on-ones. It's part of me giving back to the community. So if you want to hear more about this, reach out on all the media that is available, but take care of yourself and take care of your employees.